I will be teaching people how to do fluid art, which is called many different names. On YouTube, if they wanted to look it up and see what it's about, I've got a lot of videos on the YouTube channel, which I will post the link to for you if people want to see the kind of work I will be demonstrating. But people can actually come in and do a painting and learn the process. It's a simple process in which paint is mixed together in layers, and usually additives are added. Like I use coconut oil because I think it's the safest, but some people use bicycle lubricant and other lubricants. And you mix it and then you turn it upside down. If you're doing what's called a flip cup, you would take, I'll show you a canvas like this. This is one of my paintings. There's the other side. And then I put these together because I thought it looked really cute.
Yeah.
So with this, I actually poured a cup and I poured it across two canvases so you can see how it all flows together. And all these cells come up and form as the paint settles. It does this really amazing stuff. That's one of the things you can do with fluid art. I have hundreds of canvases that I've done here that I could show you. They all look really different. Well, when I first started doing this, I saw it, I wanted to be able to paint fruits and vegetables in my kitchen because I redid this old farmhouse with my husband. So I went online and just typed in acrylic paint on YouTube, and I discovered this pour painting technique. And since we just fixed up the house, we had all this leftover house paint in all different colors. So I knew that I was supposed to be using craft paints that are like this big and cost a lot of money, but I thought I'm going to try this with what I had. And the results were spectacular. And God knows we have plenty of bike lubricant in this house because my husband has 7 bikes. So I tried it, and even with just using leftover house paints and little samples that they poured at the paint stores that you can buy for like 50 cents, I had like just beautiful, beautiful results. That started about 2.5 years ago. And then I got really into it and I started practicing more and more and coming up with different things. And I discovered things that were really amazing. I discovered that when I meditate and when I'm in a relaxed state, the paintings are more beautiful. I discovered that I can set an intention for the painting. Like I can go into trance and I can be thinking, I want this to be a painting of what gratitude is. And then this painting of gratitude shows up. And the coolest thing about that was the first time I sold my first paintings at a health food cafe in Beverly, Mass. The Organic Garden Cafe wanted to house my artwork for a while. I was so excited the day they told me my first piece of artwork sold that I wanted to pour a painting just about gratitude. And then a few months later, totally separate artwork that I did on a different day, I was grateful about something else. I thought, I'm going to do another gratitude painting. So I mixed similar colors, but not the same by any means, on a totally different day, months apart. And I meditated and prayed on gratitude. And when I poured that, it looked like the other painting. So it occurred to me, well, gratitude has a look and an energetic vibration that comes through me this way. And I'd also noticed early in my painting career that paintings were surfacing and I would get a voice in my head that would say, this painting is for so-and-so. And I'll just say the name because you don't know who this person is, and I'm not giving away any secret information here. But there was a gentleman at my church who had just been diagnosed with cancer, and he'd been given a month to live. So one morning, the painting came through, and the voice said, this is for, and they named him. And I thought, well, that's kind of ridiculous. These aren't his colors at all. And it said, it doesn't matter. It's not about what has been his colors. It's about what his colors need to be to heal his energy field. So I thought to myself, well, when the painting dries, I'm going to take it to church and give it to him and see if it feels right to give it to him. And then I did. And I was still hesitant. It was still in the car because you don't really want to interfere with somebody and say, oh, here, I made you a healing painting. You know, it sounded a little bit crazy to me, to be honest. So when I got there, even though this fellow usually always dressed in bright colors like bright orange and yellow and reds, this painting was very violet and blue and white and some black in it. And that day, he was dressed exactly in the colors of the painting. And he was even carrying a knapsack exactly in the colors of the painting. So then I said, thank you, Spirit, for giving me this spiritual double check that this is his painting and it's supposed to help him. So I gave it to him, and he was into it. I made him other paintings as over the course of months as his vibration shift, as he healed. But he had a month to live about 18 months ago, and he's still fine. He's still riding his bike and doing life grandly. So it feels pretty good. And then I just realized there were the healing vibration of the paintings affects all kinds of pain issues. I know if I wake up in a lot of pain, which I sometimes do, more often than not, in fact, I get up and I paint. And within minutes, my endorphins flow right into the paint, and I feel good. And for hours, I'm out of pain from doing a painting that might take me an hour, will put me out of pain for hours and hours and hours without even taking the Tylenol. So I discovered that what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling, what I'm eating, everything affects the paint, and everything is a part of it. Even the container I mix it in. Like sometimes I mix the container, mix paint in like the little bottles that spices and herbs come in, and that's going to produce a different effect on the paint than if I just put them in a paper cup. Everything affects everything is what I've learned through the painting. And I want to teach about those theories in the painting class, but I also want to be prepared for everyone to come in and make a painting so they leave with a painting that they've set their own intentions, that they've said a prayer of their own, over, and set their intentions right before they pour it, and then they can take it home with them. And I'll be prepared for people to be able to do that, because I realized I can get a lot of painting supplies up there, and if, depending on how many people show up, if we've got extra, that's never a problem because I'm going to use them. And if it's crazy extra, then I'll just return them to Michael's or Joanne's or wherever. But I think that we'll get a good turnout. When I've done art and writing workshops before, the turnouts have been really, really excellent. So I think that it will be the same there. And I have a lot of graduates from my hypnosis school in that area, so I'm hoping that they will come and bring friends, and it'll be a good reunion too. I don't know if there's anything I left out about the painting that I should tell you. The same sort of thing though as the writing. It's learning to trust, learning that it's just paint, it's just words, it's just writing. And when you let go of any hesitancy to let your creativity manifest, everything is spectacular. And that's what I want to help people to understand and to give to themselves the ability to just let it flow.